Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is part 26 of our Southampton rebuild. This is officially our last live episode. We're going to finish off this season and then we are basically moving into the point of where the next video I will do will be 5 years into the future to show you how we're getting on, and then it will probably be 5 years after that as well, just to sort of show you where we're at and how we're getting on. Just had a little look at my transfer net spend, including the three signings that I have coming in of Neto, Slovenia and Gilvan. I have spent a net total of £5 million. That's it, 5 million to get to the squad of where I'm at now. I'm quite pleased with that, to be fair. We're in that area where we are a top six club. So I have turned Southampton around quite nicely. With a look at my manager profile, you can see that we have. I mean, is there such a thing as third? Maybe. So if I have a look at what down here. So I got manager of the year in my first season, which was lovely. Carabao Cup runners up, Carabao Cup winners, and then FA Cup winners, Community Shield runners up. Nothing to sing about since. So overall, I genuinely think I've rebuilt the club quite nicely. Relegation candidates when I took over, to be perfectly honest, and as of right now, I feel as though the club is looking in really, really good shape. So, from my perspective, I'm quite happy with my work. 8 games of the season left to go, including the FA Cup quarter final against Bournemouth, and depending how far we progress from there. But so far, we are doing okay. The next big thing for us to concentrate on is definitely getting in a new fullback and probably a new right back, or a backup right back. But in saying so, I do have Ronaldo Barbosa, who is not overly great, but he is 4-star potential. Not sure about this Dominic Fearon. I don't know much about him. He's on a youth contract. I will be going through everything at the end of the season once this video is complete, and then taking it on to a point of where hopefully we can absolutely start smashing things, and I'll show you 5 years into the future. It might be a week, it might be 2 weeks, but probably a week. I'll get through that pretty quickly. We are now FA Cup semi-finalists along with Chelsea, Manchester United and Manchester City. No easy route there. It would be nice to try and win something in my final season, and the FA Cup gives us a really good opportunity to do that. So hopefully we can at least make the final. I think I'd like Chelsea. Probably the worst one of the 3 to get, in my opinion. But it gives us a good opportunity in the final if we make it. That's for certain. Livramento, 4 stars now. Does he play for England? No, he doesn't. Does surprise me. Mind you, in saying that, there are some real quality players that can play fullback. Oops, I've completely skipped the question now. Reece James, Trent Alexander-Arnold, the list of English fullbacks is pretty good, in all fairness. Next game, we have Arsenal. Brent Worrell is actually a England international. I think I'm going to keep him around for next time. Offered him out on loan a couple of times, so I can get him up to 4 stars. That would be a really, really good bit of business. I know Maxim Decker is one player that I am looking to get out of the club. So what my plan is, I think I'm probably Bazunu. He played first season and he hasn't played really since. So it'd probably be Bazunu that I'd probably try and get out of the club, to be honest. Decker needs to go. Ward-Prowse will need to go. Alex Scott maybe. Carrasco is retiring. And to be honest, these two have stagnated a little bit. I do fear probably for more for Talis Magno. But so far, on a whole scheme of things, I'm more than happy with where things are at. I've just seen that Hendrick has sort of stagnated at 4.5, which I'm more than happy with, although it would have been nice to have been 5 stars. Hendrick wins BOC Football of the Year. British Olympic Committee Footballer of the Year. Big game coming up now. To be fair, I'd probably say I owe Arsenal one. Interesting here. This is where you need to just have a little look, try and scout some of these players, especially the ones that don't play for big name clubs. These are the ones you definitely need to keep an eye on. It also depends a lot on their price tags as well, because you can get some of these at cracking prices. I will probably regret doing all of this in a minute and having a look and just trying to see. They did say the Czech Mbappe, didn't they? Espanyol wonder kid, the Czech Mbappe, and the next Roberto Bettega. I haven't seen a Czech flag yet. I'm going to be honest. It'll be this kid, I reckon. Did I just see when I put right there? He's on loan from Man City. It's almost like they know. Zimmerman, another fullback, 4.5, not bad. This is all just basic homework in regards to looking at players who you probably will see in the next episode. To be completely honest, where some of these I might pick up. Carrasco, there's no one there. I don't think there's anyone there either. It depends what a lot of these come back with. If I can sign a couple, great, but a left back is required. Okay, big game. Massive. We need a win here. Gives us a chance of Champions League qualification. It's the type of game we don't win. 3-3. Slurd misses a penalty. I'm not overly disappointed. Wolves have slipped up a couple of times, but it's getting very tight in amongst, realistically, probably from 9th to sort of 4th. So we've got to be careful. I am just intrigued and just because I can, I'm not sure exactly how to do it. I'm pretty sure it's simple enough. Here we go. We can do it. So my record, just to show you all, 3rd, 7th, 5th, 3rd, 3rd, currently 5th. And even when we finished 7th, we still made the Europa League, but only just. So realistically, 3rd seems to be roughly where we're at. Okay, 60 million quid for this right back. I assume that's his release clause. He plays for Espanyol. Let's add him to the shortlist. Look at this kid, this Mexican wonder kid here. Transfer value. I reckon we can get him reasonably cheap. £8 million. We may have to officially fork out that £8 million. 7.5 gets the job done. Some of these boys are really cheap from Argentina and you really have to take advantage of it. It's not ideal going into the regen sort of part of things, but there comes a point in the game where you have to do it. £4 million. They are trying to strike up a deal for this fella. 4.5. Don't really want a compensation. £5 million. Okay. So it looks like 3 Argentinians there. See, if they want them back on loan, I'm absolutely more than happy. So all of them will be loaned back out, which is absolutely fine with me. Asking the club as a stepping stone. Not really. I want them to sort of come here and grow, and these are the types of players that you might see in like the 10-year video. 10 years in the future, they could be absolute superstars. Although, probably not, because there's another one now. I will add him to the shortlist. They just seem to breed them a little bit differently out in South America. And if I can get them in, loan them out, and if they flop, make some money on them. And if they don't, hopefully they can be leading us to success. But yeah, 5-year video might be a little bit too early for some of them. The way the game's designed, them sort of first 5-10 years, you can use players that are always here or thereabouts. You know, Mbappe's going to be around for a long while, Hendrick's going to be around for a long while. You know, any youngster, sort of around that 20-year mark now, they're going to be around for 10-15 years anyway. But young regens, highly recommend. There's something that people get stuck into, do their scouting right, and go from there. I've got to do the same in my Liverpool save as well. You've seen in Create a Club how it can work. So, got to use a little bit more here as well. It's a 2-2 draw. 4 points behind Wolves, 6 games to go. This could be a fight for top 6, which is not ideal. Although I did say last episode, maybe, just maybe, we need a year out of the Champions League. It might do us a world of good. Campara is joining. He will be joining at the end of this season. Cusqueta will be joining as well. Okay, Man City. Can we upset them? We need to if we're going to get top 4. Away from home is very unlikely. The boy Hendrick's off again. That's a massive, massive, massive result. It could really cost Manchester City as well now. So that's 3 Wonder Kids in the door. So there we go. That now puts us at 0, which is completely fine. I've just got the Brazilian centre half to look at the start of next season or pre-season, and I might even have a look at him once we get our budget. Left back is something we 100% need doing as soon as possible. Arsenal have knocked out Bayern Munich. It's Napoli, Real Madrid, Arsenal and Barcelona in the semi-finals. Now the good news for us here is that we are looking like we could get that coefficient spot, which means Champions League could go down to 5th, which could benefit us. Profit made, not surprised on this season. Right, can we make a final? I would love to. Let's do it, boys. Let's beat them again. They owe us one, so I'm expecting a loss. And we have made the final. Florian Wirtz. I'd like to play Chelsea. And we're not. We're playing Manchester United. But we have made the FA Cup final, which is fantastic. Gone through 38 suggestions in the scouting centre as requested, but didn't think any of the suggestions warranted scouting. I'd like to bring to your attention the highest rated player. Stop it. He's not interested. No point. I'm looking for the next Erling Haaland, not the Erling Haaland, because I can't afford the Erling Haaland. Right, come on Liverpool, do us a favour. That's a help. I'd like to get top 4. He can offer who he wants contracts here. Oh yeah, I totally forgot all about that. New stadium incoming. No real surprises down the bottom end of the table. Livramento looking good at 4 stars. We are the favourites here. A win here puts us into 4th. Right at the death. Convincing 4-0 win. Hendrick got himself a hat-trick. Also missed a penalty in amongst that. But 4 games to go. I mean, we still could officially finish 10th, according to this. Player stats, Isaac has got a goal ahead of Endrick, Haaland and Rashford. End of the season, home Newcastle. It's not overly too difficult. The Newcastle game is the toughest. Bournemouth's a nice way to finish. Everton, mid-table, same with West Ham. Okay, I fully expect 6 to 7 points there. João Veloso. Yeah, maybe. That is a maybe. Let's not worry about that right now. Right, a draw at worst here, really. Okay, I'm alright with that. I think Wolves have just got to win. Which they have. They beat Chelsea away. That is a really good result for Wolves there. Is it the boy Che Adams? Yeah, he's coming to haunt me. 30 million quid I managed to get rid of him for. One of the first things I've done. He ain't going anywhere. Arsenal, team in pole position for the Champions League final there. See, they're still only expecting top half finishes. How long is it going to be till they say, right, you need to finish in the top 6 and stuff like that? Surely it can't be long. We are favourites here against Newcastle. Now, realistically speaking, I did predict only 7 points. This could be the one where I feel as though it could be a slip up. Hopefully not. And we got ourselves a 3-2 win. Andreas Schürrle up with a 96th minute winner, which only helps our cause. And now now it looks so much better. That guarantees us. So, okay, it's looking very much like a top 7 finish now. There's a few teams in there with games in hand. Wolves beat Brentford 2-1. Must admit, out of my 2 forwards, if one had to go, it'd be Makuku that goes. But he's been a fantastic player, and also Indrik can play on the right. Don't forget. Okay, so we've got 4 out of 7 points. Diego Moreira. I know that name. Three and a half. He's a Benfica youngster. That's where I know him from. Levea's also going to come in and have a part to play next season, I think. See, this is a game where I thought there could be a loss. Between Everton and Newcastle. Real Madrid will take on Arsenal. At least we've lost to one of the finalists. Oh no, he's for so much money. We've won the last 9 matches against Everton. Genuinely doesn't really mean much, does it? Let's be honest. Wolves away to West Ham. Need West Ham to do us a favour then. We've nicked the win. We got our 7th point. But you know what? Wolves absolutely stormed West Ham. We have guaranteed ourselves a top 5. And it's all on the last game of the season. It gives us, we've qualified for the UEFA Conference League. The most important thing here is that we have we've qualified for Europe. 638,000 next season, 38. I most definitely will need to make some sales to try and get that left back in. There you go. UEFA, I can't even say it. UEFA Europa League now. But it's looking very highly likely this 5th place will turn into a Champions League place. And that's where the money's at. He could be an absolute steal at Gilvan. Meccano has missed the European Championships. I've got a few players out on loan that I think have a part to play next season. I will say. Newcastle got their conference. Makes me wonder why I even looked at it. Musiala, German Footballer of the Year. Florian Wirtz up here. Nice to see. Well, so you look at the financial situations. Southampton with a profit of 72 million. Obviously, I've now spent more than that in regards to transfers for next season, spending 128 and receiving 201. Liverpool made a loss of 124. You have a look on the recruitment side of things. You have a look here. This is what we got coming in. Neto, young Brazilian goalkeeper. Martin Cusqueta, Christian Vasquez, Gabriel Slonina, Julian Campana, and probably the pick of the bunch is this young Gilvan, 20 years old. I've got him without a release clause as well. He was brought last season from Benfica for 23. We got him for 56. I think he could be an absolute bowler. It's going to spell the end of someone at the club. Just don't know who yet. Right, a win to secure 5th, maybe 4th. Bournemouth need this, they're in 18th. We convincingly win, and we nick 4 from Wolves, who lost 1-0 to Manchester United, who won the title. So basically, that match we beat City 2-0 away. That was the camel that broke the back, I must admit. I've got to have a look here. So let's see if this is the progress. So 17 points off the top, 34 points, 10 points, and that's with finishing 5th, 10 points, 16 points, 10 points, 11 points. So we're probably, might sound daft, but I'm probably a couple of players away from contending. I do like that. We've qualified for the Europa League. Actually, I think you'll find it's only giving out 3 spots, is it? And these are all conference. Interesting. I'm not sure about that, Only 3 spots. Well, hopefully we've got the coefficient on our side there. So what I will do is I will literally play the FA Cup final. I will get to the point where the majority of signings come in. You can have a look, sort of see what's happened now. And that's when we will call it the end of the episode. Hendrick, a couple of goals away. He's going to win something. No, there we go. He's one young player's player. No surprise. 21 years old, and have a look at what he's done. He's worth 105 million. He's got 3 big boys really wanting to chase his signature. Don't forget he barely played here, but look at this. He's guaranteeing me nearly 25 to 30 goals a season. And for me, you can't buy that. So for me, he's not going anywhere. So job completed on getting top 4. Oh, Camavinga is out for 3 to 4 weeks. And there we go. We've qualified for the Champions League. What is the budget going to be? Did say 38. 80? 88. Nice. So the first thing I'm going to do, because I really want this kid, this Brazilian centre half, I think it was this one. Well, right back stroke centre half, I think. Douglas Fontoura. I'm pretty certain of that. I'm just going to go into player search. Obviously I will change that at some point. Potential. This is where you get to see there is a lot of players here on potential. So we've got these two already coming in cheap. If there's anyone there with cheap numbers, Vasquez, cheap number again. Cusqueta, I mean, a lot of these got players that are really cheap already coming to me. Neto, there's another one. Yeah, I'm gonna invest in him. There's a minimum fee release clause. I'm gonna try a £18 million bid. They want a little bit more than that. Douglas Fontoura. Let's try 20. 20 would secure him. That leaves me a fair chunk. Yes, you can have him back on loan. Absolutely. I'm in that position where I can feed clubs, which is fantastic. At Southampton, more than happy with that. Cup final day. We have won the FA Cup before. I'm a firm believer that we are the favourite. I don't believe that at all. I believe that when you're shown on the left as like the home team, you have more of an advantage. See, that shows us away, that shows us home. So, and up there it shows us away. So, chances are we're shown away. Camavinga out injured. Ward-Prowse comes in. Here we go. We've we've won the FA Cup in extra time. Yusufa Mukuku comes up trumps. They had us as the favourites, and we went and won it. That's pretty fantastic. Yeah. Really pleased with that. I'm actually quite shocked to know that a couple of my players. I looked at this guy. Didn't realise he was part of my side. And Jan Blazak, I looked at him as well. He's on loan. Wow. We got a win. We got a trophy. Really, really pleased with that. We've got 2 million for it. Zakarian is happy that the club performed as promised this season. I've got to not make these promises. Southampton are delighted with me. There you go. 2 wins in 3 years for us. We got the job done. That's the most important thing there. We've played 5 seasons that you've seen, and we've won 3 trophies with a club who, as of right this second, they are a championship team as they got relegated last season, and we've turned them around. To be quite honest, I feel as though give it a bit of time. This could be a team that can really do some damage. The board are delighted with the deal to bring in Florian Wirtz. He got a B. It's not going to let me show you anything there from there on out. But I feel like Antonio Rui, he will probably go out on loan. As a matter of fact, I will set that up. The reports on him is still 5-star, but we're going to offer him out on loan. Has to be a regular starter. Just pay 10% of his wages. I'm happy with that. Okay. Fans player of the season, young player of the season. Hendrick, sign of the season was Wirtz. Goal of the season was Ward-Prowse. Top goal scorer Hendrick, no surprise. Assists, which is also a best for the club. Player of the match is also best for the club. Hendrick, highest average rating 7.4, and Ibrahim Bamba. Really, really good. So, following the completions of this year's best 11, 3 players. Makuku, who goes in up top there. Gavardiel and Lafont. Lafont goes straight in there after 2 seasons. So the best way to view my best 11 is this way. So it's Lafont, Livramento, Gavardiel, Silva and Zabani. Ward-Prowse and Bamba sitting in front of them. Front 4 of Magno, Zakarian, Hendrick and Matuku. On the bench we have De Gea, Salisu, Walker Peters, Schledlup, Danilo, Loftus-Cheek and João Pedro. When it comes to the most appearances for the club, I'll probably go in a rough order. Ward-Prowse with 284, Zakarian with 274. Then we have Magno with 261, Livramento with 242, Schledlup with 210. Very good. Best 11 now. Zabani is at PSG, Larios is at Bayern Munich, Salisu is at Real Madrid, João Pedro is at Man City, Danilo, Chelsea, De Gea, Napoli. Walker Peters and Loftus-Cheek are at Brighton. Neto was the other one as well. I think this was done before the new players came in. But if you look here, this lot here, they're all at big clubs. accept the current vision. Why wouldn't we? In the season break. We might not even get to the point of where the new signings come in. It might just be a case of we end this in a minute and so be it. Whatever will be, will be. I will request that. So, Lavia, Gavardiel, Worrell, Camavinga, Lafont, Atsalis, Bamba, Silva, and Pavlovic. Don't know much about this Atsalis. He's a left winger. He's average. Hendrick's been called up to the Copa America. And Fontoura is coming into the club. Lots of youth and young players. Still going to leave us near on £70 million to look at a left back. Who that will be? Don't know that yet. I'm pleased to announce that plans are in place to upgrade the club's training facilities. £2.5 million, and it will be done within 6 months. 2.45 million. We would love this to be a club where players can reach their potential. We will look to improve. Absolutely. João Veloso, by the way. Natural. Is he still transfer listed by request? And now he wants to stay. It doesn't mean I might not put in a bid for him, though. Time will tell on what I think could be the right move and the right play there. Because I'm not 100% sure yet. I think I'm not sure. I look at it. I've got Hendrick and Makuku who can play up top. If I go here and here, Hendrick and Makuku. Like the thing is with Makuku, I just don't know. I'll pay 40 odd million, 45. You know, on the left I've got Schlurdle up and Magno and even Zakarian. In here, Florian Wirtz is my main man. I've got Gilvan coming out here on the right. Between Zakarian, Magno, I think one of them may have to go. Arsenal won the Champions League, by the way. Hendrick, 11 goals in the Champions League, come runners up. Gavardiel and Hendrick in the Champions League. And to be fair, Gavardiel won Europe Champions League Defender of the Season. Timber, top recommendation again there. He's a maybe. He is a maybe. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to show you the new incomings. I will literally show you when we get to the next screen who I've got incoming. I've already shown you the ones, so I will show you again. Just purely because hopefully some of these will be big time bowlers in regards of going forward. I've messed it up there, but here we go. 7 incomings. I mean, what have we spent here? So 25. Well, the best way to do it is 100, 125. It's 150 million there. Literally 150 million spent there on these. First teamers, there's only 2. And they cost 100 million, so that's just a lot of money into the youth that I've spent there on 50 million quid. So that is going to be everything for today. Got a few players now showing promises and stuff like that, but overall, the whole scale from what you've seen, I would say personally that I've made a success out of this club, and hopefully I can take it even further in the next 5 years. Just be pre-warned that I will be simulating seasons, but I will be taking control of the transfer windows. So that's the end. Next video will be 5 years into the future. I will probably stop it around this time. I will aim for the 31st of May every year to simulate up until then I can start going on to transfers for the next season. So please give us a like. Please subscribe if you haven't. Turn the bells on if you want to be notified when the video goes live. Talk to me. Tell me, how did you think it all went with Southampton? Personally, I'd give myself a 8.5 out of 10. It would have been 10 out of 10 had I won the league, for certain. So we'll see you next time. Take care of yourselves. Have a great day. See you soon.